Everybody to this week's showing of the Wing Car Group F on the orange track. As you can see, the racers have their cars set up ready to go. Jackson over there messing with his car a little bit. He's talking a little bit of smack already this morning, so we'll see how that changes as we progress through the race, whether or not he can keep us cool and do something about it. Jay Latham running on probably the smoothest Eagle I've ever seen in my life. We ran that gear ratio in there a while ago during tech, and it was smooth. Guillermo Sire coming in, bringing everybody treats here today. Brought them front lug nut wrenches for the Hometown Hero class coming up later. It's going to be sparse in and out here for the commentating, as we've been having issues with frame droppage. Nonetheless, right now we're about ready to go racing. You can see several of the guys back there on the back. The oval's pressed, primed, and ready for later on this evening whenever we run the Hometown Heroes class. Racers, y'all ready? Not yet. Okay, you see my wife there. She's going to do some track marshaling. Strike system still up. 2 communities, 3 strikes, you're out. Trackmate shows Guillermo Sire starting on red, Randy on white, Jackson on green, Glenn on orange, Nathaniel on blue, and Jay on yellow. Who? Well, I asked you already. I said no. All right, watch your lights. All right, 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. All right, Jackson already coming off once. That's going to be a community. Glenn Burton out in the lead on orange lane. We did a little modifying to his wing car earlier today, so we'll see if he'll be a strong presence here in the wing car this evening. So we got a couple of them off here underneath the bridge here. Looks to be 2 of them come off. You have to forgive me, my nose is running a little bit. Yeah, maybe more than 2. Looks like we got 3 for the second community. So red, yellow, and orange. And 4 red lights drop out to green. Here we go. Randy Kirtley now in the lead, followed by Nathaniel Burden there on blue lane. It's about 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in the heat. You get a car flying there to the high outside there on black. Looks like we got 2 more people coming off. Yellow and orange going to get strikes. They're first. Randy Kirtley Stout in the lead there on white as he comes around the donut portion of the track now. Right up to the left side of him on red is Guillermo Sire. Jackson Darty now moving up into second position there, 16 laps. Nathaniel Burden in third with 16. Glenn Burden with 17. Guillermo Sire 16 and Jay 16. As we get another wreck here, looks like Jackson's going to take a strike here on green. We get another flag here. Looks to be possibly Jay Latham coming out there. It's going to be his second. .30 seconds left to go in the heat, and we got Ty all the way down to 4th place there for 28 laps. So we get another yellow flag here.
My boy blue.
And that's going to be Jackson again, his second. I believe that's the end for Jay there. That's 3 for yellow. Yep. Yep. Sorry, Jay. Two for orange. Right now, 2 for orange, 2 for green, and everybody else is clear. And we get a yellow flag here with 6 seconds left to go. Looks to be Guillermo Sire. 1 for red.
Get ready.
All right, Randy Kirtley, best lap time 3.066. Just narrowly beat out by Jackson 3.057 as Nathaniel Burton takes over the lead there on blue lane, and we get a lane rotation. Move over to the strikes here. We're going to clear those out. Head back to cam 1 and 2. Well, actually, you guys already know. 36-36, Nathaniel and Randy tied for first. Glenn and Jackson 35 and 35 tied for third. Guillermo Sire 34 and Jay Latham 28 to round up the first heat. See some of them back here behind me there getting ready to work, running around, rushing around, wearing some of their Lanes Raceway shirts here. Anyways, watch these guys work. We'll be right back with you.
Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready.
All right, full red lights drop out to green. Here we go. Two cars hard hit each other in the hard high banks. They knocked an LED light off the track. It's community. And we're back under green. One community gone. Still one to go. Minute and 40 seconds left in the heat. Randy Kirtley is your leader right now as Jay Latham's car comes off. Looks like it still has a yellow sticker on it. So both Jay and Glenn going to take the second community. And we're now striking these cars up. 3 strikes, you're out. We get a flag at right at 1 minute here. It's going to be Glenn Burden on white taking his first strike. See Guillermo Sire there going to the high outside there on the donut, going to take his first strike. One second, folks. Blue flag condition is the track is up yet again. Because me and Kenny, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we come in here and we look for someone. All right, the track has been fixed. 49 seconds left to go in the heat. Just waiting on the guys to hit the button and roll. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Randy Curley in the lead, 58 laps, tied with Nathaniel Burden. Jackson in third, 57 laps. So we see Jackson's car coming out here. That's going to be Jackson's first strike there off of blue.
Get ready.
So we see, I believe that is Guillermo Sire's car coming out. This will be his second.
Get ready.
Another yellow flag. 26 seconds left to go. I believe that's Jay Latham going to take a strike here. This will be his first.
Get ready.
So we get a yellow flag here. Can't see who this one is. And that's going to be Nathaniel Burden taking his first strike. And we're going to see Jackson coming off again here. And that is Jackson's second.
Get ready.
And that's a red flag rotation from first place to third place. Difference is 3 laps. So take a look here at the track mate. Randy Kirtley, 73 laps, averaging 36.5. Nathaniel Burton, 72, averaging 36. Jackson Darty, averaging 35.5 with 71. Glenn Burton right there behind him with 35 average. And Guillermo Sire right behind him with 34. Jay Latham, 29.5 on average. Going to leave you here with Cam 1 and 2. Be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 seconds before we get started back here. Need a little acetone to clean my fingers from where I got a little super glue all over them earlier. It's just like I was telling all the guys, it's funny, all week long we'll race hard as can be on this orange track. Not an issue one. Come race day, all my tracks fall apart. Starting out strong, a couple guys letting each other by there. It's a good opportunity for them to keep it under control. So we see a little snap back there off a red lane. Glenn Burton going to take the first community. Randy Kirtley currently 3.086 best lap. Thank you. A little acetone here to clean the super glue off my hands. I hate that feeling, that really hard, crispy super glue feeling.
No, shut up. Who told me?
Oh, that's the second community. That's going to be on black. Sorry about that, folks. I was busy cleaning my nails. Got super glue on them. Randy Kirtley still in the lead by 2 laps. Nathaniel and Jackson swapping up. So we get a yellow flag here. Car off. Looks to be Jay Latham going to take his first strike there on white. Guillermo Sire, of course, getting the sponsorship body. I don't know if you guys have seen that on Facebook. Stop by Lanes Raceway's Facebook page to check that out. As he got the UPS, Central City UPS store sponsorship. Got 2 coming off on that one. It's going to be one on blue and one on black. Both their first strikes. Yellow flag here. So Jackson's going to take him a strike. Best lap time out of all the guys right now. Currently Jackson with a 2.945 on purple. So we see Glenn Burton coming off and collecting Jay Latham also. Both these guys are going to catch a strike. So that's going to be one for Glenn. And for Jay, that's going to be his second one. It's going to be a strike on black, his second for Nathaniel Burton. And a red flag rotation. We'll take a look over here at the track mate. Randy Kirtley out in the lead, 111 laps, averaging 37 laps. Jackson there running a purple lane, 37 laps, averaging 36. Guillermo Sire now moved up to third position, 106 laps, 35.3 on average. And we can see Nathaniel Burton there in 435 average, Glenn Burton 34.3 on average, and Jay Latham there with 30 for average. Heading back over to cam 1 and 2. Let's watch these guys work. I'm going to clear the strike system and be right back with you.
Third, I'm in second. Yeah. Can you leave me alone? You won't leave me alone.
Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready.
All right, folks, a minute and 50 seconds. Randy Curley out in the lead, 114, about 4 laps up on Jackson. Guillermo about 2 laps down from Jackson. As we see Jackson's car come off for the first community here. All right, 4 red lights drop out to green. We got one more community, folks. Randy Kirtley running the best time of 2.996, blistering. As we see a car come off here, looks to be Jay Latham off of Red Lane taking the second community.
Get ready.
So we are now in strike territory here. Ooh, so we see Jay Latham get tossed there coming around the donut. Several cars coming in contact with him there. Jay Latham's going to take a strike here this time. T, did both those cars come off? So it'll be a strike also there for Glenn. And we got a yellow flag. I don't see any car off currently, but we'll see. So it looks like purple Guillermo Sire going to take a strike. And we see Jay Latham coming off again here. Jay, that's your second. You better pipe that baby down. She's hitting the rev limiter. Minute and 8, half of the heat left to go. Jay's power plant in his car just about smoked out. I rode it earlier, man. It felt like a Hawk 7 in the back. Super, super smooth. No crunch, no nothing to those magnets. They've been hot so many times, they've just lost all pull. So it's time for a motor swap. He just bought one, but he didn't have enough time to swap it before the race. Nonetheless, it's still actually holding quite well, as you can see him coming in there with white. He's only losing a couple car lengths a lap. Not going to finish well here, but at least he's going to get a finish. Man, I thought we were going to make it all the way through there. 40 seconds left to go in the heat. Man, I got on a run there. And That's going to be a strike there on yellow. His first, Nathaniel Burton. So we get a yellow flag, red flag, but there's still going to be 1 second left to go here after we get this car seated. That's going to be a strike on purple, his second, Guillermo Sire. One second left to go in the heat. Randy Curley out in the lead with the best time of 2.941. Hey, both those get a strike? Okay, there should have been a strike there for black for Jackson too, but it would have been his first, folks, so we'll just go ahead and clear it out. All right, there we go. Now we're good. Now we'll clear it out. All right. So we head over here to the track mate. We can see Randy still in the lead, 150 averaging 37.5 on average. 35.8 on average for Jackson Daugherty. Nathaniel Burden there averaging 142 as he takes back his position against Guillermo. Guillermo averaging 141, or averaging 35.2 with a 141 total lap. So it's a battle for second place within 3 laps of each other. All 3 of these guys battling back and forth. Glenn Burden there, he's in that battle too. He's only a couple laps down from now. About 5 laps separates second all the way back to 5th. So 34.8 on average for Glenn. Jay Lathan, of course, with that motor causing him a lot of troubles. Just not much motor left in that baby. 29.8 on average, but he is running the race decently. But he's about 4 average laps down where he's usually right there with the guys. Minute and 42 seconds left to go. We'll take over to Cam 1 and 2. Be right back with you. Yeah. All right, folks, we're back in the mix here. A minute 49 seconds left to go. Randy's still in the lead here. Jackson Daugherty there in second by 1 lap. Nathaniel Burden pushing the subject, though, so we'll see what happens here as we continue on here. Side by side, neck by neck here. Nathaniel and Jackson turning these laps. Only 1 lap separates the 2. Guillermo Sire right there on Nathaniel the same way Nathaniel's on Jackson. And Glenn on Guillermo the same way that it is all the way up the field. It's a close battle for second place here, folks. 4 laps separates it from second all the way to 5th. So we get our first flag call here. that's going to be a strike on black community. Guillermo's take the first community. We got one community left, then we're in strike territory. These guys are starting to run a lot better as we see a hard hit to the high outside. Looks to be Guillermo again. Going to take a second. We might have issues with his braid here. He's going to take a look at the car. T, let Guillermo see his car. His braid might be high on his car. Let Guillermo see his car. His braid might be high on his car. That's what that looked like. It looked like the braid's too high on that car. Sometimes after a wreck, especially when they're climbing, it'll pull those braids to the side, kind of lift them up a little bit, usually by about 1/8 of an inch, and that's enough to cause it, when you come around that donut, for them to lean out like that. Kind of looks like they go straight into the wall, so hopefully that fixes it here. So we're now in strike territory. The cluster's purple comes up on black of Guillermo to make the pass. We get a yellow flag here. And it looks to be Jackson going to the outside there. Going to take the first strike for Jackson. And it looks like Guillermo's going to take a strike here too. Interestingly. .42 seconds left to go in the heat. Jackson coming in earlier this week to do some practicing. We can see it's paying off quite a bit from the previous week where he didn't practice. He had a rough go of it. I think he either finished last or second to last week in the wing car race. So, you know, a little bit of practice goes a long way. He's able to keep his car under control, and he's actually running pretty progressive times here. 3.023. That is the third best time currently right now. Randy Curley running 2.8s there on purple. One of the faster lanes here. Guillermo Sire running 3.1s, but Glenn Burden 2.9 there on blues. We get a red flag rotation. What a great heat for the guys there. Take a quick look here at the track mate. See Randy Curley averaging 38, Jackson 36.2, Nathaniel averaging 35.8. And we're starting to see a little bit of separation here. 35.6 there on average for Glenn Burden. Just 1 lap difference between him and Nathaniel there for third position. Guillermo Sire having a couple wrecks there, dropping all the way down to fifth position there with 174. And Jay Latham averaging 30.8. Take over to cam 1 and 2 and let you watch these guys work. We'll clear out the strike system too.
Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready.
All right, 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go, folks. And a car to the high outside there on the horseshoe portion of the track. Looks to be Jay Latham on blue. Taking the first, Community. Coming up next, we're going to have a hard body on the oval simultaneously while having the brushless car class on the orange. Got to keep your eye on for the next couple rounds here. Probably going to be Glenn Burton as he's coming into the faster lanes here. He has progressively been turning some pretty strong lap counts here. Blue laps counted into the 39, I believe. So him and Randy Kirtley matching up on that for the top so far this race. So he definitely does have a car to contend with as he comes down to these lower lanes here. We're seeing him turn 2.9s, Randy turning 2.8s. Jackson also there mid lane turning 2.9, so he's got a pretty strong car too. But either way, it's all about keeping it on. Orange and blue. Jackson and Jay are going to take the second Community, and we're in strike territory. So we get a yellow flag here. Looks to be Jay Latham coming off here. That's going to be Jay's first.
Get ready.
43 seconds left to go in the heat. A pretty smooth heat so far. 2.8 is the best lap from Randy Kirtley. But close behind Jackson and Glenn with 2.9s. Like I said, keep an eye on Glenn. He's coming up the boards here. 2.9 right now. 4.4 best lap, averaging a median right there with Jackson. 3.03, 3.02. As we see a car coming off white lane, going to take his first strike. Nathaniel Burden. See there, I believe Guillermo maybe just come off there. It's kind of hard to see. Yes, Guillermo Sire going to take a strike there, his first on yellow. We get a red flag rotation. 10 laps separate first from second right now. As we go take a look over here at the track mate, 230 total laps. Randy Kirtley averaging 38.3. Jackson, of course, down low, several laps off from Randy's 40 there. 3 laps on purple and 5 laps off of black. But he's still in his own kind of little league here. So far, nobody's been able to touch Randy on any of the heats. He's kind of in a league of his own here. 36.7 for Jackson and 36.2 for Glenn. Now, it is a back and forth battle between Glenn and Jackson. We see orange and blue is kind of like the Achilles here between these two. So Jackson's definitely going to have to keep his A game up for the next couple heats here if he wants to try to compete with Glenn Burden. Glenn Burden, of course, does pretty strongly there on purple and black. It's his strong suit here, so we might see a poised transition between these two. It's really just going to boil down to whether or not Jackson has the fortitude to keep his mind in order on white and red, which he struggles on. We're right now in round robin at 7 of 8, a minute and 43 seconds left to go. We'll be right back with you.
Race starts in 40 seconds.
Hey, Dad, 2.6 spots going on the track with these cars. On white. On white. There you go. On white. There you go. Hey, you said white though. I'm so purple.
Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds.
All right, 2 seconds left to go before we get back under green and racing. Clearing the strike system. Forgot to the previous heat, but here we are. We're already into a yellow flag here. And that's going to be a community on black. One more community left, folks. So we see the red car, Nathaniel Burden, pop out there for the second community. We are now into strikes. 3 strikes are out, folks. 10 seconds into the heat. Let's see if we can keep these cars on. That car goes outside and collects what looks to be Jackson. So a strike for Guillermo and a strike for Jackson. So get a yellow flag. I am lost for who's came off here. Jackson, I thought you were hardcore on white and red. You told me both. That's 2 strikes, dude. You better calm her down. Jackson now put to the point where he's got to survive the rest of the heat. Not try to turn any spectacular laps, but just survive. So we get a yellow flag here. We'll see who it is. And that's going going to be a strike for Glenn, his first. And another yellow flag. Somebody's off here. It's going to be the second strike there on black for Glenn. So Glenn and Jackson, the podium guys right now, both just need to survive the rest of the heat. This is a good opportunity for Nathaniel to try to push a little bit, as he doesn't have currently a strike, and try to gain some on these guys, as they're going to have to back it off a little bit just to keep their car in order. Looks like Nathaniel's actually taking advantage of that, as he's got 13 laps right now. And that's going to be a strike for Jay Latham, purple, his first. Get a yellow flag here. Guillermo actually making quite a few moves here on orange lane, trying to take advantage of Jackson and Glenn. There were 2 strikes. Now Guillermo does have 1 strike, but he's still got some pushing opportunities here. 45 seconds left to go in the heat. Purple, that's going to be Jay Latham's second strike here. See Guillermo passing up Jackson right there. That's gaining him another lap on Jackson. 37, he's just 2 laps away from Nathaniel. Nathaniel actually running 25 tied up with Jackson here. Just 1 lap separating him from Glenn Burden there on black. Glenn making a wise decision, holding back alongside Jackson just to keep their cars on as we roll into the final 18 seconds of this heat. We'll see just how well they do at keeping them on for the rest of this heat. Randy Kirtley turning an impressive 2.787 best lap. What a scorcher there on yellow. Randy Kirtley now still holding down the lead, not yet to be bested. 41 is his best laps turned there on yellow. Like I said, running a 2.787 best lap. Wow. 38.7 on average and total 271. Jackson there in second place, 254 and averaging 36.3. And Glenn Burden there in third, just 4 laps back. It's going to be a battle between these two coming into the final heat. 35.7. And Guillermo Sire now tied up with Nathaniel Burden with 249. They're going to be battling it out. And we'll see what happens here for the podium, but it's still anybody's ball game. Jay Latham there, 218. Suffering early on, having to set out for a little bit. And that's what it's looking like this time. Not hardly many people setting out. So, sometimes that's what it comes down to. If you sit down once, it's the end of your race, basically. So Jay's probably going to get him a new motor sorted in, and he'll be back strong come next week. Also having some issues, it seems, with some handling there on his car, but we'll see what happens next week. Let's go ahead and clear out here on the strikes here. Get ready for next heat. Take you back to Cam 1-2. Be back in about a minute and 30 seconds.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds.
All right, folks, we're rolling into the final heat here. 4 red lights going to drop out to green. It's been an eventful race. It's been a battle for the podium. Everybody's had a chance at it. As first couple seconds here, we already got one coming off in the donut. It looks to be Guillermo Sire going to take the first community there on White Lane. Red lights drop out to green. Here we go. Randy Kirtley leading the whole race pretty much. These guys have been in earshot of him, but he's able to turn about a lap or a couple laps depending on every single heat here. So it's been tough. So we get a flag here. Who it is that just came off here. And that's going to be on black. Second community down. That's going to be one community as we bust into strike system now. We get another yellow flag here. Car come off under the bridge.
There it is.
And that looks to be Guillermo, I believe. That's going to be Guillermo's first strike, even though he did commit a community. He only gets counted for when we get out of the communities. So it ought to be a first strike for Guillermo. Get a yellow flag here. Somebody came. That's going to be a strike on black for Jay Latham, his first. Another yellow flag taking place. And that is going to be on White Lane. That's White's second strike.
Get ready.
As we get a yellow flag here, see who it is. That looks to be, that's a third strike there for Guillermo.
Yep.
Get ready.
One thing I've noticed about Guillermo Sire, he's got a constitution to him about coming in here giving it his best. He's either super duper strong or sometimes he just has bad luck with the car. But either way, he's a good, high-spirited fella. He's always in here giving it his all, and we do appreciate that here at Lynch Raceways. We get another caution here. It's going to be a strike on Jackson, his first. That's going to be another strike there for Jackson.
Get ready.
The yellow flag there, and that looks to be Glenn Burden on yellow, taking his first. That's a checkered flag, folks. A very close race there towards the end with Jackson and Glenn. Like I said, keep an eye on Glenn as he was coming back around there fast on these lower lanes here. Glenn Burden got a 288 to Jackson's 289, but man, it was right there at the wire. Both of them wrecking there towards the end. 36.1 on average for second place for Jackson. Randy Curley running away with it with 309 total, 38.6 on average. Fourth place there, Nathaniel Burden, he was in the mix too, 287, 35.9. Guillermo Sire, 32.8 on average, and Jay Latham, 31.1 on average. Nonetheless, folks, thank you guys for tuning in and watching the Wing Car Series this weekend. Coming up next, we're going to, on the same track on the orange, we're going to have the brushless IROC class, is what we call it, from Mid-America. And simultaneously, we're going to have a hard body race coming up next on the oval. We'll swap in between those during the heats, but our main event, of course, being the brushless for the series. Then after that, later on this evening, we're going to have the Hometown Heroes class with driver introductions. I know you guys like that. But stay tuned and keep your eyes peeled for when that live stream goes live. God bless you, and thank you guys for watching.